Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe, and today I'm just throwing a whole bunch of different video clips and information at you guys that will share the process of the reptile room renovation with you. So these are all different projects that I didn't need them to each have their own YouTube video. It would have just been a little bit much considering a lot of these, like it would have been a minute-long video. So I'm just combining them all into one big video just to keep giving you guys updates on the reptile room and the progress that's been made. So that's what today is going to be. Table. Hi. It's finally electric day. Lily's already started putting up the boxes. When it came to the electric, I just put paint tape around the room where I wanted Billy to install the boxes and then just let him do his thing. So I wasn't really useful in this part of the process. So this was actually my dad's idea to build carts for under the enclosures, and I'm so glad we did it. My life has been made so much easier. So my reptile room is the basement. So in case of any flooding, we want the enclosures up off the floor, but also just for ease of just like existing, having them be able to be moved around. So I drank my Dunkin' while he did the work. I helped when needed. But once you got all the wheels attached, we carried everything downstairs and built them in the basement because we made 2 8-foot long ones and 1 4-foot one and a 5-foot one. So I can fit lots of 4-foot enclosures, but also then my 5-foot enclosures. I'm glad we made 1 4-foot because I can just use it to transport enclosures where they need to go. So here's the office you guys have never seen. There's the dubia enclosures, there's the ball pythons. All right, we have a majority of enclosures down. My sister came over after her classes today and we moved what we could and what made sense and any enclosures that didn't really need touch-ups. So most of these just need the substrate pulled out and just completely refreshed and like cleaned and whatnot. But for now, I'm just moving everyone down, and that way I can take the time on another day to just go one at a time and enjoy the process. Sable, get your nose out. Hey. So I'm hoping still tonight to install lights into Reptile's enclosure because then he can go in there tonight. And then I still have to figure out lights for Cusco's enclosure down here. If you want to see this one all set up and finished though, watch that video because that will be coming out before this video. That is the Philo Zoo Blue Tongue Skink video. And then I can get lights installed. And this one for one of the ball pythons, this one, the background actually fell out. I think I just didn't silicone it well enough and weight down enough, so I had to redo it. So that one will have to wait until tomorrow. Say oh my, hey. And then these 2 snakes actually are gonna be top enclosures, but I need the other 3 enclosures for down here. So for now, I just put them both over here. That way we could at least get them downstairs, and that was done. So I was finally able to clean all the aspen out of Phoenix's enclosure and replace it with naturalistic substrate, go back to natural. I'm so excited. He's in shed, so he hates my existence right now. We did a deep clean, we scrubbed, we sprayed, and now we're putting in the substrate. So I've got some cocoa husk, I've got some jungle mix, and I've got some play sand, just for a little bit of everything. All right, and here is the remodel. So we've got our basking rock, we've got a hide back here, hide over here, sticks to climb on, water dish, plants, all sorts of good stuff. Hello, Editing Zoe here. So I actually started Tansy's enclosure back when we first bought our house and moved. So if you are new here, that was about 3 years ago. I pulled out the DIY custom background that I built for her because it was falling apart. I just didn't really like it anymore. It was one of my earlier attempts at DIY backgrounds. So it was good for a while until it wasn't. I was just sick of it, needed a refresh. So I figured while we were moving and pulling things apart, I might as well do it. So I covered her background with universal rocks, just a flat rock background. And I did have footage of that process. Don't ask me where it is because, like I said, it's been like 3 years. So I could find 0 footage. So we're just jumping right ahead to the day that I got it set up downstairs. Now, I also didn't do a great job at grabbing videos, and if I did, which I think I did, I just can't find them. So you're gonna get a little sneak peek, but we'll be able to see more once we do a full reptile room tour. So now we can set up Tansy's enclosure for her. So instead of loose substrate, I got this mat off of Amazon to cut to size. Now you guys know I love loose substrate, but in her old age, she has progressively gotten more blind, but she's always had a little bit of vision impairment, and in her older age now, I do believe she is like completely blind. So she does try to eat anything that like touches her foot. So I want to limit the possibilities of her trying to eat loose substrate. So we're going with a mat just to play it safe in her old age. All right, mat is in. It's a little lumpy from being folded, so I can't wait for that to flatten out and not look so lumpy. But it's cut, it's in. So I guess we'll start adding decor and hopefully it just unlumpifies over time. So I have this enclosure that belonged to my Ackie monitor, and now that he is in a cages enclosure, I took this one, sanded it down so I could paint it white so it matched everything, and reused it for my pancake tortoise, Little Maple. Now the hardest part for me was coming up with a way to position all of these rocks that I had collected to give her kind of like a naturalistic rocky environment. Now I'm not totally in love with this setup because it is very like blah, there's no background, it's like very like minimal, but I just put together for the sake of getting her into an enclosure, and I will more than likely revisit this one later and kind of spruce it up a little bit. But I just need to get her moved in. So our substrate is coconut coir, lots of clay sand, and excavator clay, and then I added in some like little pebbly things just to really try to create that like arid rocky environment. And unfortunately, this is all the footage I have, so again, you guys have to wait till the room tour to see more. So thank goodness my fiance is handy, because I told him, listen, I need a shelf that goes over my sulcata tortoise pen that is this size and this height for my arboreal geckos, so it needs to be able to hold enclosures as well and be sturdy. So as you can see, he made it very sturdy, and he tested it out himself. So thank goodness he was able to build something so that I could stick to my plan, and then I had to make it pretty, of course. And now it's ready for the last upgrades, which are the geckos. So that'll be next, hopefully. So there were some updates for you guys. I am so excited on the progress that has been made, but since even filming that stuff, even more progress has been made. We are almost done, we're getting there. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you're not missing out on everything that is coming and going on. And as always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video.